to my channel. So today I'm bringing you a very colorful look using this Juvias Place Festival palette. And this palette is bomb. It has so many colorful eyeshadows in it. And today I was able to create this look for you guys. I really hope you enjoy this look. Cause this is kind of like out of my comfort zone. I want to get into more like colorful eyeshadow looks because I've like purchased so many eyeshadow palettes as of recently, so I need to like put them to work. So this is what I came up with today from that palette. I actually have all the Juvias Place palettes now. Actually, I have one on the last one, the Tri palette, on its way to me. It should be to me by Tuesday, so then I'll have all of the palettes in my collection will be complete until they release another one. But yeah, so I hope you guys really enjoy this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Adios. So as you can see, I've already done one eye off camera, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started with this other eye. First, I'm gonna go in and prime my eye. I'm gonna use the LA Girl Pro Concealer in Warm Honey. I'm just place this all over my lid and my crease and on my brow bone and prime my eyelid. Now I'm going with a Real Technique sponge and I'm gonna blend that out over my eyelid. Okay, so for today's look, I'm going to be going in with the Festival palette by Juvias Place. And this is a really pretty palette. And actually, Babe picked this palette out for me to do an eye look with today. So that's why I'm going in with this palette. Like I said, this palette is really pretty. This is what it looks like on the inside. Really pretty colors. Now today I'm gonna be going in with this really like kind of mustardy yellow color. I'm gonna be using that as my transition color. And then I'm gonna be using these two red shades in the crease, this blue shade on the lid, and then this black shade on the outer third of my lid. So first I'm gonna be going in with this yellow shade, and this is called Oro, and I'm gonna place that in my crease as my transition shade. I'm going to be using a Morphe M532 blending brush, and it just looks like this. Now, because I placed that concealer on my eyelid, I'm going to go back in with my Real Technique sponge, and I'm going to blend it out so that there are no creases in the concealer that we placed. Now I'm going to go in straight away with that Oro shade and apply this in a patting motion in my crease. I'm gonna just keep going back in with that shade to build up the color. Now I'm gonna start blending that color into my crease. Now I'm gonna go back in with the Izafa shade, and I'm gonna use that to deepen up my crease. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of Ofala, this red shade, as well to deepen up my crease. And I'm gonna pat it in first. Now I'm gonna take some of Ofala and pat that in my crease as well. A little bit more so on my lid than in my crease because I want to use that color to like deepen it up. So now I'm gonna go back in with Oro, that yellow shade, and I'm gonna blend the red and the yellow together so that there are no harsh lines. So I'm gonna go into my Z palette. I'm gonna grab this shade Blame It On Midnight by NYX. And I'm gonna use that as my brow bone highlight. And I'm gonna be using just a random small brush to apply that to my brow bone. This is like my favorite brow bone highlight because it's like more natural. It's not too harsh, not too much for your brow bone. Just like that. And I'm gonna go back in with that brush that I used to apply Oro, my transition color. I'm gonna take a little bit more of Oro and then kind of blend those two colors in as. Okay, so now I'm gonna cut the crease. I'm gonna go back in with that LA Girl Pro Concealer in Warm Honey, and I'm gonna use a Morphe M432 brush, and this is just like a flat edge brush, good for cutting your crease because it's like very precise. So I'm gonna put some of this on the back of my hand. That's probably too much, but it'll do. So I'm gonna dip into that. Then I'm gonna close my eyelid and kind of like pat it on. Now I'm gonna look up so that my lid closes where my crease is, so I know exactly where my cut crease should be. Okay, so I have my guide. Now I'm gonna go in and cut my crease. Now this, you have to be very careful with because this can go bad real quick. Now I'm gonna stop about right there because I'm gonna have a darker color on the outer edge. So yeah. Okay, so now I'm gonna go on with my Real Technique sponge and I'm just going to blend that over my lid so it's not too chunky. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with the Ava shade, which is like this really pretty blue shade at the bottom, and that's what I'm going to be using as my lid color. So I'm gonna go in with this Morphe M167 brush, and I'm gonna spray some Morphe continuous setting mist so that it's nice and wet and the color applies more vibrant. Now I'm not gonna go up to the line because I'm gonna go back in with a straight edge brush to get like precisely on the line, because this brush is too thick. The bristles are too much to be trying to get like precisely on that line. So I'm gonna just do the majority of the lid, and then I'm gonna go back in with another brush to get as close as I can to the line. Now I'm gonna take a Morphe M432 brush. Like I said, it's a flat brush. And I'm gonna use this to get close to the line so that's more precise. I'm gonna be taking it, like dabbing it in the color on the edge and then pressing it in. And it's okay if it's like just a tad bit messy, because I'm gonna go in with this NYX glitter liner, and it's gonna be like kind of covering up that line just a little bit. So I'm also gonna go back in with a Makeup Geek brush, and this is their defined crease brush, and it's kind of like a domed crease brush. And I'm gonna go back in with some of the Izafa and Ofala color, the two red colors, and I'm gonna go back in along that line and kind of like deepen it up a little bit. Some of that color kind of will fall into place where the blue doesn't cover up the concealer well. It'll fall into place and then it'll look even more precise. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with the black shade in this palette, and this is called Kaliki. This is black shade in the corner, and I'm gonna use that on the outer third of my lid to kind of define the outer third. Okay, so I'm gonna use a Morphe M40 421 brush. It's just a small eyeshadow brush, and I'm gonna drag it into that color and then place it on the outer third. And kind of blend it into the blue just a little bit. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back into that palette, and I'm gonna take the gold shade, and it's called a Dogwool. This is gold shade right in the corner, and I'm going to actually put that on the middle of my eyelid, so it kind of adds some type of like reflect in the middle. And just kind of blend the blue and the gold together. I'm gonna actually add some more to the other eye. Now I'm going to be taking some NYX glitter liner, and this is their liquid crystal body liner, and this is in crystal gold. I'm going to be using that to outline my crease. I'm trying to think if I should take it all the way out or keep it how it is. So that's where we are with the eye so far. Now I'm gonna take I'm gonna take some concealer and clean up the outer edge, and then we're gonna jump into face makeup. Okay, so now we're gonna jump into face makeup. I've already applied my moisturizer. I need to apply some chapstick because my lips is dry. But we're gonna go ahead and jump into primer. Okay, so for primer, I'm gonna use this NYX Hydra Touch Oil Primer. Then for my pores, I'm gonna use this NYX Pore Filler, because my pores tend to be open around this area. So I'm gonna apply this product to fill it in and smooth it out. So I'm gonna apply, I don't want to put a whole lot of primer on, but so now I'm gonna use my Real Technique sponge to buff that into my skin. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with that NYX Pore Filler. I'm gonna take about that much and just put the rest on my nose and on my upper lip. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with my Fenty Beauty foundation, and I'm in the number 450. I actually have two other foundations from Fenty Beauty, the 430 and the 460. Obviously the 430, I've used it in a tutorial, but I don't know, it looked a little too light. That's the one the lady matched me with at Sephora. And then the 460, I kind of just matched myself, but that one's kind of a little bit too dark. So I got this one today, and hopefully it matches me good, because in Sephora, it looked, you know, decent on my hand. So I'm gonna go in with this. Okay, so for concealer, I'm gonna go in with the Tarte Shape Tape in Deep. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with this Real Technique sponge to blend that out. This concealer dries fast, so you kind of gotta work fast. So now I'm gonna use the butt of the sponge and kind of blend out the edges. Okay, so to contour, I'm gonna go in with the Revolution Conceal and Define concealer, and this is in number C17. Hopefully this will be dark enough to contour with. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go back in with some more of the Tarte Shape Tape concealer. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with my powder. Coty Airspun powder to set my concealer. Now this powder is so messy. Now whatever's left, I'm gonna just set the rest of my face with. Okay, so to set my contour, I'm gonna use the CoverGirl Queen Collection pressed powder in ebony bronze. You know what? I forgot to set or blend out my nose contour. Okay, so now I'm gonna set my contour. Now I'm gonna set the rest of my face with my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte powder in 800 Cocoa. Oh, to clean up my contour, I'm gonna go in with my black opal powder in Deep. And I'm gonna take this on an angled sponge. I actually like using darker powder than lighter powder to reverse contour because it looks more natural that way. That way you don't have like that white cast under your contour. That's just my preference. I still do it the other way sometimes, but I actually think it looks better this way. So while that sits there, I'm gonna go back into the eyes and I'm gonna go back into that Juvias Place palette, the Festival palette. And I'm gonna start smoking out the lower lash line. I think I'm gonna go back into Oro and start placing that on my lower lash line. And I think I'm gonna go into Ofala and place that on my outer. Okay, so now I'm gonna dust away this contour powder. I think I'm gonna use this Fenty Beauty highlight in Hustler Baby. I'm gonna spray some Morphe setting mist. Oh, and this is a Morphe M501 brush, by the way. I'm gonna go back into that Juvia's Place palette and blend out that red. Okay, so now I'm gonna take some of that Morphe setting mist spray and spray my face. Now I'm gonna apply my liner, lashes, and mascara off camera, and I'll be right back. So I am back from putting my liner, lashes, and mascara on. The lashes that I used are the, where did I just put that box? Oh. Are the Salon Perfect 614 lashes. And my case kind of looks crazy right now, so I don't know. Show that. This is what the case looks like. Don't mind my lashes that are like falling all inside. But yeah, these are the 614 lashes. And then the mascara I use is the MAC mascara in Extreme Dimension. I got this like in a sample form, or not a sample form, but a mini form. And then the liner I use is the e.l.f. liquid liner in black. So now I'm gonna apply some blush, and I have this Juvias Place of Hair and Blush Palette Volume 1. I also have Volume 2, but I think I'm gonna use Volume 1. And the shade I think I'm gonna use is Zane, this really bright pink. Now I'm only gonna use just a little bit. I'm just gonna tap my brush in twice, 3 times, and then put it on the apples of my cheek and kind of blend it in. Kind of blend it up into the highlighter and the contour. Now I'm going to use the brush that I applied my setting powder for my concealer, and just take that brush and like kind of like try to diffuse the color a little bit more. Like that. Now for lips, I'm going to take my MAC lip liner in Chestnut, and then I'm going to take MAC Ruby Woo lipstick. It's like a deep red lipstick. Now you can leave it matte like this if you want to, but if you know me, you know I love gloss. So I'm gonna get my lip gloss and place that on top. Actually, I'm gonna use this Fenty Beauty lip gloss in Fenty Glow. It's their gloss bomb. I actually got this today also. So I'm gonna place a little bit of that on top. Ooh, it smells good too. So this completes, actually no, what am I thinking? I'm gonna take the Continuous Set Spray again by Morphe and mist my face.